All right, let's set the scene. Imagine you get a letter from your pub company. It's a rent assessment proposal, and the number you see makes your stomach drop. You know it's not right, but what do you actually do? This is the exact spot thousands of tenants find themselves in, and it's the start of a huge battle, your lease versus your wallet. And trust me, the first shot fired in that battle has a price tag that'll make your eyes water. So you decide, okay, I'm gonna fight this. You hire a specialist to write a formal response. Just one letter. And for that single piece of paper, you get a bill for 700 quid. I mean, it sounds absolutely nuts, right? But that's just the warm-up act. Now, get this number in your head. £5.80. That is what you are paying for every single minute you're on the phone with a specialist solicitor. Seriously, every hello, every time they put you on hold, the clock is ticking, and it's ticking at nearly £6 a minute. And that right there is the heart of the problem. From the second you decide to stand up for yourself, you're thrown into a fight that, honestly, feels like you just can't afford to win. These costs are sky high for a reason. They're designed to make you back down before you even start. Let's just add this up for a second. Just the cost of getting started. That quick 10-minute phone call to see if they can help, that's £58. Gone. Asking them to just read your 30-page lease, that'll be over £1,000, thank you very much. You add in that £700 letter we just talked about, and boom, you're looking at a £2,000 bill before a single negotiation has even happened. And this really says it all, doesn't it? It's not a fair fight. It's a war of attrition. And the pub companies? Oh, they know this. They've got their own in-house lawyers on salary. They know that if they just drag things out, the legal bills will completely bleed you dry. It stops being about who's right or wrong and becomes about who runs out of cash first. Okay, so if you're going to have any chance of surviving this war, you've got to choose your weapon very, very carefully. The problem is, for way too long, the options on the table have been, well, they've been pretty terrible, each with its own major downside. So here are your three main paths. You've got the specialist solicitors, right? Super expensive. We're talking financial suicide for just the day-to-day stuff. Then you have the forums and good old pub talk. It's great for a bit of support, but it's a dangerous place to get your actual legal strategy. And then there's this third option, AI legal assistance. And that changes the whole game. Let's talk about that gold-plated route for a second. Calling up a solicitor every time you have a question about a clause or need a simple letter drafted, it's just not realistic. It's like using a massive, incredibly expensive sledgehammer just to crack a tiny nut. Yeah, it'll work, but the cost is just completely insane for the job at hand. And honestly, the pub talk route can be even riskier. Look, the advice comes from a good place, but it is not expert legal advice. If you follow some tip from a forum and it makes you miss a critical MRO deadline by just one day, you could lose your rights forever. The stakes are way too high to be guessing. So, if the old ways are broken, what's left? What's the alternative? Well, this is where that third option we mentioned steps in. It's a smarter, modern way to fight back that completely changes the rules of the game. Meet the pub's code guardian. Now, this is really important. This is not some generic chatbot you ask about the weather. This AI has been specifically trained on the one thing that matters, the pub's code regulations, including all the latest 2022 amendments. It knows the law that governs your business inside and out. Just think of it like having a legal expert right there in your pocket. It's so simple. You upload your lease, and it instantly flags potential problems and traps. You can ask it anything, like, is this rent increase they're proposing actually legal? And you get an answer based on the actual law, not just someone's opinion. It can even help you draft a proper response using all the correct legal language so they know you mean business. Now, this all sounds pretty good, right? But let's get down to brass tacks. Let's look at the cold, hard numbers. Because when it comes to the money, the argument is, well, it's unbeatable. The math here makes the choice crystal clear. Let me put this into perspective for you. £29. For that, you can buy exactly 6 minutes of a solicitor's time. 6. Or, for that exact same £29, you can get 30 full days of unlimited help from the AI assistant. 6 minutes versus an entire month. The difference in value is it's staggering. And look at this. Let's take one really common, really important task. Getting your lease reviewed. A solicitor, as you can see, is going to charge you somewhere around £900 for that. With the AI assistant, That job is included in your £29 a month subscription. The difference is just massive. It's an instant saving right from day one.
Let's just sit with that number for a second. £900. That isn't some potential saving down the road. That is cash that stays in your bank account from the very first thing you use the tool for. I mean, think about what that is. That's a new piece of kitchen equipment. It's a month of marketing. It's a bonus for your staff. It's money back in your business, not in a lawyer's pocket. So, what does this all add up to? It's simple. You finally get to level the playing field. The pub company's biggest weapon, their ability to just outspend you into submission, is gone. It's neutralized. You suddenly have access to affordable, expert-level help, so you can fight for what's actually fair, not just what you can afford to fight for.
And this is what it's all about. You should not let the fear of huge legal bills bully you into signing a bad deal. For far too long, that fear has forced good publicans to accept unfair rent hikes and just give up. That does not have to be your story. So don't let cost be the weapon they use against you anymore. It's time for you to take back control. With this AI legal assistant, you've got the power of the pub's code right there, ready to even the odds. Really, the only question left is, can you afford not to have this fighting in your corner? It's time to level the playing field. Get the tool.